Okay, hello Cloud Gurus. My name's Julian. I'm one of the instructors and software developers at A Cloud Guru. I'm going to be taking you through all the walkthroughs or lab parts of this course. Now, before we can actually get into Lab 1, we need to create two S3 buckets. The first S3 bucket is where we're going to upload our video files for the Elastic Transcoder, and the second bucket is where the Elastic Transcoder is actually going to pop the video files after it's transcoded the videos. Now, there's one very important step we need to do before we start anything in this course, and that's to make sure that we're in the US East 1 region. Now, to make sure that you're in the US East 1 region, just click on the top little bar over here and click on US East North Virginia. Now, this course was actually made for the US East 1 region, and even though you don't particularly want to use the region, or if you want to build it in your own region, that's okay, but I'd strongly urge that you go through this whole course in US East 1, and then after completing the course, going back and building it in your own region. To get started building our buckets, we're going to go to the Services tab. Then we're going to go to S3 under Storage. And you can see I've got some buckets here already. Let's just ignore those for now. And we'll click on the Create Bucket button here. We need to give it a name, so I'm just going to name mine aws-serverless-for-beginners upload. And it's important to note that bucket names are global. So if your particular bucket name isn't available, just add your initials to the end of it or some random numbers just so you can create the bucket for this course. So we're going to click on Next, and it'll actually validate to see if our bucket's free. And you can see that that bucket already exists. So I'm just going to add bucket to the end. And we're still in the US East North Virginia region. So click Next again. And hopefully, yep, it's free, so it's gone through. Now the rest of the settings, we're just going to keep clicking Next through, and then just eventually click on Create Bucket. Perfect, so we can see our uploaded bucket has been created. Now we're going to create the second one, the transcoded bucket, and we're just going to go through the same steps. ACG, serverless for beginners, beginners, transcoded bucket. And you can even just click on this Create button here to skip all the steps and just create the bucket straight away. Perfect. So we can see that we've got our two buckets created. Now the final step in this lecture is we actually need to change the policy or add a policy to this bucket to allow anybody to view the files in the bucket without being authenticated first. So we're going to click on the bucket name, and we're going to click on the Permissions tab up the top. And click on Bucket Policy. Now if we go to the lab files that we downloaded for this course, you can actually see that there is a bucketpolicy.json file in lab 1 directory. So open this with a text editor. You can see I'm using Visual Studio Code, and just copy all of this. Go back and paste it in the bucket policy. And you can see that it's been added there. Now we do need to change this section here where it says your bucket name, and this refers to the actual transcoded bucket name, which is just up here. So I'm just going to copy this and override it here and click Save. Now you can see that Amazon's saying that the bucket is public, and it just gives you a little warning here, but that's exactly what we want, so we don't actually mind for this bucket.